There are boxing clinics, and then there is what Max Holloway gave Brian Ortega in the main event of UFC 231 this weekend. The featherweight champ put on an exquisite display of boxing technique to force the doctor stoppage after the fourth round. He was utterly relentless with some of the prettiest boxing the cage has ever seen. Ortega landed a few good shots in reply, but by the fourth, his nose was broken, his eye closed, and the stoppage was a mercy. Holloway's striking broke several records. He has the most significant strikes in the UFC. His 290 significant strikes are the most ever landed in a single UFC fight. And his 134 significant strikes in the fourth round are the most in a single round. In the co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko claimed the vacant women's flyweight title by outmuscling former strawweight champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Shevchenko was too big and too patient for the Polish striker, picking her off on the counter and taking her down with little difficulty. Based on this performance, Shevchenko is looking at a long reign at the top. Yodsanklai Fairtex scored a brutal first-round knockout over Luis Regis at One Championship's Destiny of Champions in Kuala Lumpur. The Thai technician dropped his Australian opponent with a stunning 5-punch combo that ended in a triple uppercut. In the co-main event, Kiamrian Ebasov upset local boy Agalantani with a surprise rear naked choke in under 3 minutes of the first round. And earlier in the night, former middleweight champion Vasiliy Bigdash snapped a 2-fight losing streak with a catch-all reverse triangle shoulder lock submission of Yuki Niyamura. And speaking of boxing clinics, Vasiliy Lomachenko has unified the WBA and WBO lightweight titles with a 12-round decision over a gallant Jose Pedraza. Pedraza gave Loma the toughest fight of his career, finding ways to impose his game on the usually perfect Ukrainian. But Lomachenko poured on the pressure in the 11th, dropping Pedraza twice amidst a barrage of blows. And the talk around a rematch between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury has gotten louder this week. Firstly, ESPN has reported on rumors that there is near unanimous support at the WBC to order the immediate rematch. Then, on Joe Rogan's podcast, Wilder spoke about he and Fury both already being back in training and actively working toward the fight. We're looking at April, May, June, something like that, he said. Who didn't see that coming? Max Holloway doubled up on bonuses, taking home Fight of the Night with Ortega and Performance of the Night. The other 50 grand went to Thiago Santos for his utterly ludicrous slugfest with Jimmy Manuwa. At the final EFC event of the year, Poland's Karolina Wojciak handed strawweight champ Kiara Penko her first loss to claim the belt in a split decision, and Jared van der Aas stopped Ruin Potts to get his hands on the interim heavyweight title. And Emmanuel Navarrete shocked Isaac Dogbe to take his WBO super bantamweight title, while Cecilia Brakes and Claressa Shields both absolutely outclassed their opponents to retain their belts.